All right, Adaptive Fitness. Welcome to week 6 of the Adaptive Fitness General Physical Preparedness program. Last week we had those kind of longer single modality workouts. We're going back to our regular programming this week. So we're going to jump right back in with those 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off of deadlifts. So let's quick go over the deadlifts one more time. We'll do the seated version first. Again, we're going to set up that weight outside the feet. And then use that lower back hinge to pull those under our hips. Then, if we're standing, again, weight set up outside, standing straight up. Again, keep those legs planted, keep that chest up, back straight. If we can use we've got some different options for what we're going to use for weight. I'll show it with the duffel bag. Same idea, kind of grab the ends. Same idea, keeping those legs, or rather that back straight and the chest up. So again, we've got 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. The last time we did that, I believe, was week number 2. And I believe we may have 3 rounds. This time we've got 4 rounds. So again, keep track of the total number of repetitions you do, compared to what you did for that first time that came around, and kind of see if you've progressed at all. I'd recommend using the same weight that you used the first time we did these 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, just for a more fair comparison. But again, if the first time you did it, it felt really heavy, maybe dial it back. Or if you feel like you can move a heavier weight a lot better, then feel free to really challenge yourself there. So now we're going to go to our conditioning piece. We're going to do as many rounds as we can in 10 minutes. So for standing, we'll go over that first. We've got 14 reverse lunges, a 30-foot farmer's carry, and 14 deadlifts. So this is a good one if you have a set of dumbbells. We'll go over each of these movements. Again, you don't need dumbbells if you have a couple gallons of water. That's perfect too. But I'd recommend, if you have access to 2 of something, use 2. So for that reverse lunge, we're gonna have our feet planted, and then we're just going to step backwards, keep this knee at a 90-degree angle, and then get this knee down to the ground, stand back up, and then switch. If you have some mobility issues that keep you from going all the way down, just go down as far as you can. Make sure you're kind of keeping those legs maybe a little more than hip distance apart, so you're not losing balance. And then if you want a challenge, you can take whatever weights you have and then just hold those at your sides as you're lunging. Again, if you just have one, you can kind of hold that at your chest, behind the neck, and you can do the same thing for something like the duffel bag, or say a gallon of water. So now we have our 30-foot farmer's carry. So again, measure out 30 feet however you want. You can do it in increments of 5 feet, 10 feet, 15 feet. So what the farmer's carry is we're going to be carrying our weights, and then pretty much just walking that 30 feet. So make sure you're keeping that core engaged. Keep those shoulders back, that back straight. It's a good test for core stability. Grip strength might get taxed a little bit. And then once you're done with that farmer's carry, then we'll go to the deadlifts. So deadlifts, same thing that we had in our strength. 14 of them this time. And then once we're done with the deadlifts, we'll go back to the reverse lunges. And then keep going down that list until 10 minutes is up. For seated, we're going to substitute the reverse lunges for our alternating piston press. So what that looks like is if we have our two weighted objects, we're going to have those on our shoulders and then just press one arm at a time, alternating. It'll be 7 on each side for 14 total. Then after that we have that 30-second overhead hold. I'm going to challenge you guys to do that with weight this time. So again, similar to that, just the lockout position for our shoulder press. We're just going to be holding this here. Avoid any rounding of the back. Keep those shoulders stable, keep that core locked down, and then just keep that held for 30 seconds. And then after that 30-second hold, we'll go to our seated deadlift again. Just 14 of those, the same way that they were in the strength portion. So again, each of those rounds, that's the 14 piston press, 30-second hold, 14 seated deadlift. Once you're done with the deadlifts, then we'll go back up to the piston press and then just keep going through that list for 10 whole minutes. So when we're done with that, then we can go to our accessory work. We'll go back to standing. So we're going to start out with a 40-second forward fold. So it's going to be it's kind of similar to our ragdoll stretch, except we're going to still keep our back engaged. We're not completely hanging out. We're still getting that stretch through the hamstrings. We're just going to stay kind of stabilized and avoid doing that same hanging movement that we had with the ragdoll. So then we have some rich stretching. So I'll show you. This will be wrists forward with the fingers facing forward, wrists back with those fingers pointed back towards you, wrists in, you'll have those fingers pointed in at each other, and then out, they'll be facing this way. In any of these positions, feel free to kind of shift your weight around to just to engage those forearm muscles and keep those active throughout the entire stretch. So you have that 40-second forward fold and then 20 seconds in each of those wrist positions. Go through that twice and then you'll be good for the day. For seated, instead of the forward fold, we're going to have the seated back arch. So we'll just be sitting down, kind of interlace those fingers, and then just reach backwards. Reach backwards, kind of get that curvature of the back. Make that a normal curve. So you can hold that for 40 seconds. And then the rich stretches are the same. You can do them on something If you can't go all the way down to the floor, you can do them on kind of like an elevated like stool or something, or you can do them up against a wall. For example, just wrist up, back, out, and in. So again, go through those stretches twice, 20 seconds in each of the wrist positions, and then that will be it for day number 1 of week 6. Good work today, Adaptive Fitness. Join me again for day number 2 of this week. Be sure to stay active, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys next time for day number 2 of week 6.